Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Zane. Today we'll be having a look at some recent information in the news in regards to Rivian. Rivian CEO warns that EV battery shortage could worsen as the current chip shortage have gotten so terrible. The chip shortage around the world has indeed gotten ridiculous at this moment. And a similar thing could be taking place with EV batteries because of the insane costs of lithium-ion batteries, which are mostly used in electric vehicles, widely used in electric vehicles. In fact, the demand is growing so insanely high, Elon Musk is considering getting Tesla involved in the lithium mining business, which I think is a brilliant idea because lithium is already insanely expensive and insanely valuable. But just imagine how much more valuable it will become in the next 10 to 20 years. It's going to be insane. So we're going to be reading through this. We've got a nice article on electricvehicles.com. I'm going to be reading through this and try to understand as much as we can. In other reports as well, Rivian shares at an all-time new low and it's down 82% from its high that was in November. That was November last year. That's quite insane. So naturally, for some transparency, let's have a look at the price of Rivian at the moment. $33.90. I'm extremely excited for Rivian as a company because I always knew that they could not sustain a high valuation. They could not sustain a company that's valuable over 50 billion, 60, 70, 90 billion. That was not sustainable. I understood this, and what I also understood is that it's going to take them a few years before they can ramp up production and get to 100,000 vehicles. It's going to take them some time. It's going to take them a while. So in that time, the share price and the market value of their share will be falling a lot. People are going to choose to invest in other EV companies like Polestar, who are doing great. Polestar is doing way better than Rivian right now. These institutional investors who are currently invested in Rivian, they will choose to take out their money and put their money into other investments such as Tesla. And Tesla is just growing. Their production is growing almost 40-50% this year alone. And that's one of the biggest reasons is because they just opened up Giga Texas and it's ramping up and it's going to be insane. Giga Texas will be able to produce over 800,000 vehicles per year. That's incredible. And that's exactly what we need in today's market. So for me personally, I just want the price of Rivian to fall a lot lower, around $10 per share. I want it to fall a lot lower, and I want the value to be around 10 to 15 billion per share before I can consider ever investing. And I must say, this video is not financial advice. It's strictly for educational purposes and for entertainment. The Rivian Automotive shares have hit a new low, all-time low, $32.40 on closing day of traded on Friday last week. But obviously we're making this video on Monday, and since then there's been a little bit of a turnaround, which is good. It closed on $52. It closed on $32.40 and now it's $33.90. The company announced on April the 5th that they produce a total of 2,553 vehicles in Q1 of 2022 at its manufacturing plant in Normal, Illinois, which is really good, by the way. Each quarter, this number will continue to double. I can guarantee you that. By the time we finish this year, they will be producing possibly even over 7,000 vehicles per quarter, which is really good. Rivian delivered 1,227 vehicles during the same period, being in line with the company's expectations of the year. Rivian believes it's well positioned to deliver around 25,000 vehicles annual production guidance during the Q4 earnings call on March 10th, 2022. Now this is just a little bit of information on how Rivian basically had a crazy IPO. Just absolutely crazy. And Rivian was at an all-time high of $179.47. That was just crazy. Who in the world was investing? I don't know. But it's dipped so much since then. And it's going to continue to dip. And I think the battery shortage that the Rivian CEO is warning us about could help to dip the share price. So Rivian CEO and founder RJ Scaringe warned on Monday, April the 18th, that the shortage of electric battery can affect the automotive industry, soon being a challenge that could surpass the current computer chip shortage. Automakers have been facing limited supplies of raw materials like cobalt, lithium, and nickel that are fundamental when making a battery. As reported by WSJ, so this is a quote from Rivian CEO. Put very simply, all the world's cells production combined represent well under 10% of what we need in 10 years, meaning that 90% to 95% of the supply chain does not exist. So unfortunately, we don't have enough supply, not even close, for the demand, the increasing and high demand for electric vehicle batteries. We don't have a demand challenge at all. We have a can we create enough vehicle challenge. Scaringe told CNBC, we have a supply chain problem. It's frustrating, but we're going to get through that. Although Rivian CEO said the company is really confident it can produce 25,000 vehicles this year, 2022. Pipe Sanders Analysis Alexandra Potter lowered its price target for Rivian Automotive to $112 from $130 while maintaining an oversight rating on the shares. Well, this is absolutely ridiculous because Rivian is so far off $112. The analyst says Rivian Automotive is best positioned to replicate Tesla's success. Rivian has a chance to consolidate 3 large segments of auto markets before the Tesla release competing products, Potter tells investors in a research note. Now, the company announced last week the hiring of Anissa Costa as the company's Chief Sustainable Officer, effective as of April the 18th, 2022. So previously, Anissa was Chief Sustainable Officer at Tiffany & Co. and Chairman and President of Tiffany & Co. Foundation. Now at Rivian, she will be responsible for the company's sustainable roadmap for both the business and its products, and it will help to lead forever the foundation that Rivian established at its initial public offering with 1% of equity. Anissa is the first Chief Sustainable Officer and will report directly to Rivian's CEO RJ Scaringe. So I do hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more. Leave a like and leave a comment. And of course, I will see you in my next video.